Buying a home, it can feel like this huge, overwhelming thing, right? Especially when you start thinking about the down payment. But what if I told you that the biggest hurdle you're picturing in your mind might not actually be that big at all? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the down payment and show you how to make a really smart move towards your new home. So let's jump right in. We all have that image in our heads, don't we? This giant pile of money you've got to save up before you can even dream about buying a house. Honestly, it's the number one thing that makes people hit the pause button on their homeownership goals. But what if that's just not the whole story? For years, we've all been told the same thing. You need 20% down. It's been treated like the golden rule of home buying. But guess what? The market's changed, and the rules have changed right along with it. It's time we bust that myth wide open and look at the real paths to owning a home today. Look, buying a home is a huge step, no doubt about it. But it's not some impossible cliff you have to jump off. With the right info and a smart strategy, that dream can become a reality way sooner than you might think. This is about being informed, not intimidated. So let's break it down. What is a down payment really? And why does everyone talk about it so much? Well, it's more than just a number. Think of it as your stake in the game. It's your first big move. The easiest way to think about it is like a security deposit on your future. It's that initial cash you put down that tells the lender, hey, I'm serious about this. I'm invested and I'm ready to take this on. I absolutely love this analogy. It's just perfect. You know how staging a house, a little paint, some nice furniture, can completely change how people see it? Well, a smart down payment strategy does the exact same thing for your buying power. It's not about having the most cash. It's about using the cash you have in the smartest way possible. Ready to get into the nitty-gritty? Good. We're going to walk through 3 different loan programs that can be your ticket to getting those keys. Each one has its own vibe and its own advantages, so let's dive in. First up, we've got VA loans. Now, this is a really special benefit, exclusively for our military service members. It's basically a way of saying thank you for your service, and wow, is it a thank you that pays off? And here's why. Get this, 0%. That's the down payment. You heard that right, 0. Zilch. Nada. This is an absolute game changer. It means you can get into a home and keep your savings for, everything else life throws at you. That's a massive advantage. So for our military members, a VA loan means no big check to write for a down payment. All that cash you've saved, it stays in your pocket for moving costs, new furniture, or maybe even that kitchen upgrade you've been dreaming about. Okay. So what if you're not in the military? Maybe you're a first-time buyer, and this whole process feels, well, a little intimidating. You're not alone. And that's exactly why FHA loans exist, to give people a friendly hand up onto that property ladder. Seriously, just throw that 20% number out the window for a second. With an FHA loan, you can get into a home with as little as 3.5% down. That is a huge difference, and it can be the one thing that makes homeownership possible for you right now. The big idea here is just accessibility. It's about opening the door for more people. Not only is the down payment low, but the credit requirements are a lot more flexible too. So even if your credit history isn't flawless, an FHA loan could still be a great option. All right, our third path is the conventional loan. And this one is all about flexibility and strategy. If you've got solid credit, this is where you can really start to play the game and make things work for you. So here's the deal with conventional loans. You can often get in the door with as little as 3% down, which is awesome. But, and this is a big but, if you put down less than 20%, you'll have to pay something called PMI, or private mortgage insurance. It's basically an extra fee on your monthly payment that protects the lender. So you've got a strategic choice to make, right? You can get into a home faster with that lower down payment, but pay that PMI fee every month. Or you could wait a bit longer, save up to that 20% mark, avoid PMI, and have a lower monthly payment from the get-go. It all comes down to what makes the most sense for you. Okay, let's put it all on the table and see it side by side. This really helps it click. So which path looks right for you? Are you a service member who can grab that incredible 0% down VA loan? A first-timer who could use that friendly 3.5% FHA loan? Or maybe you've got solid credit and want the flexibility of a conventional loan. Seeing it like this makes the choice a lot clearer, doesn't it? Okay, you've got the playbook. You know the options. Now comes the fun part. Thinking like a strategist. Because the loan you pick isn't just about a number. It's a decision that creates ripples through your entire home buying journey. Theory is great, but let's talk about how this actually works for real people. I want to share a quick story with you about a home buyer in Plymouth, Massachusetts, who played their cards perfectly. So check this out. This buyer, they were smart. They chose an FHA loan to buy a fixer-upper. Because the down payment was so low, they had a bunch of cash left over. And what did they do with it? They poured it into renovating the kitchen, turning it into this amazing modern space. They totally transformed the home, which jacked up its value. And when they decided to sell, the place sold in under a week for a great profit. That is a perfect example of strategy in action. So now you have the info. You have the tools. You know the different plays you can make. The only question left is, what's your next move? Okay, before we wrap this up, let's just lock in the big takeaways. First, you do not need a mountain of cash to get started. Second, you have powerful options, whether it's VA, FHA, or conventional. And third, remember that your down payment isn't just a cost. It's a strategic tool that can seriously boost your buying power. The bottom line is, you're not locked out of the housing market. Not anymore. You have the information, and that information is like a set of keys. So the only real question is, which door are you going to unlock first?